E560 Sports Medicine. What's up? It's LaRon. I'm back. I'm doing my video response for Unit 5. Um, and the question asked, this is about the Body Works, the videos, which is like mind blowing. It's pretty awesome. Have you ever attended the Body Works exhibit? If so, explain your experience. I haven't been at the visit the Body Works exhibit, but there's a Bodies Museum in Winter Park over here off Beach, not too far from me, in Orange County, and I did visit there with my family a couple years ago, and it is like amazing, you see the video in there, so all those exhibits are pretty much inside that museum. I think they have animals and stuff over there too. Um, but it's mind blowing, and it's eye opening too because you can see the body in certain positions and certain movements. Like in the video, you saw a guy run over the hurdles, or a basketball player, or someone sitting down thinking with chess. First of all, after looking at this, you'll never look at anybody the same way. But you can see all the veins and the cartilage and the muscles and like everything inside the body, the tendons, everything, and it's cool. I mean, because you don't think about that stuff when looking at someone. But and then and like it really gets like in depth with like the things that they show you and everything too. There's of course the anatomy and everything like that, but it's crazy to see things in motion, and what everything does. Everything is connected to one, like the hamstring, the lower back, the quads, the knees. Everything is connected, and you can see all the tendons and cartilages and veins and muscles and everything connected to that attachment, and to see how it works. That's pretty cool. Um, what else is there? How does studying the human body understand its unique abilities and iniquities through thoughts and beliefs on the origin and creation of? You know what? It makes honestly, I think about that stuff all the time, and it's like, and then to like to think about the cells and the millions and trillions of cells inside the body, and every cell does something differently. And I think that when God really like designed the human being, the human body, like you really had to put some thought into it because everything plays a part, everything plays a role. Um, and you need one. You can't have one thing without the other. I think except the lung or something. Um, but I mean, when I think about that, I think about like the reproductive system, and how that whole thing plays a role in evolution and in humanity. It's just crazy like how what everything um, has to do with one another. Um, and like if something is lacking, if something doesn't work, let's say you have less blood cells and white cells or red cells or whatever it is, everything just plays a part. And God's creation, it's like what's interesting. What makes me think about that is the human body, or the humans are still trying to figure out everything with the body. I mean, there's no cure for cancer. So, but at the same time, it's like, well, we're more as time goes on, we learn more and more about our bodies and stuff like that. And I think that's the most interesting part. I think that God, didn't put a genome or a genome in our body to be like, hey, this is it. Like, like a certain people have a certain DNA to be like, hey, you know what, this is what the body does, and this is how it works and everything. Um, but I mean, I think it's amazing. I mean, how the body was specifically designed and everything that it can do, whether it could bench, press 1,000, 500, 600 pounds, squat 1,000 pounds, or whatever it is. The body is a magnificent work of art from the man upstairs, and I think it's just amazing how it's just well put together, and everything and the science behind it of how it works and what it works for, what it's supposed to do, what it's designed for. And I think that's just like I think that's just awesome. What response will you take in light of this understanding? I think that maybe I can just like take a step back and looking at things a little bit deeper, especially with injuries in relation to sport and physical education. In this chapter, I've learned so much about the what is it, knees and everything. And so and even looking at this video, I'm just like, oh, and other videos too. It's like, oh, this is what that does. This is what it looks like from this angle. And it's just learning more about that, about what everything does and how to prevent them, preventative measures and stuff like that. So doing the research on rehabilitation, and reconstructing and rest and training exercises, training methods, how to really extract the full benefit or work of a muscle, or to improve, speed and jumps, agility and stuff like that, and weight bearing and stuff like that too. So I think just gaining more knowledge about more things, and not just because in the back of the mind you think about it, it's like, oh, his maybe he has an ankle sprain, or he has a torn Achilles, or a ruptured ACL, or whatever it is. It's like now where you can visualize what it looks like. You understand it deeply what an ACL is. Um, and you just basically just gain more knowledge on it. And I think that's something I can do moving forward, is just basically to have a clearer understanding of what the body entails and what it can do, learning more about the like I said, the preventative measures and treatment and stuff like that, and just gaining more knowledge as a coach.